Oh my God, what a scary night this is for me. Holy fuck. You live in my shoes, man, you'd understand why. In 3 hours and 49 minutes, I will be 49 years old. That's 8.5 hours that I got out of bed this morning. When you came into the game, you were standing. When you go out, well, at the end, you're lying down. That makes the cross of Christ. You did the whole thing, you did the whole route. You made it right to the end. About 25 years ago, I was told by this person, when you turn 50, that will be the last day. Now, since then, she refuses to say it is. She changed it to 54. But changed it to 54, it's no better. It's the love connection. It's all zeros. It's all sixes. Eggs are good. The 15th letter is an egg. 1 and 5 is 6. How do you add 0? Usually 0 takes you to the next level. Now they say they're going to start charging us on Facebook at midnight tonight, taking away my second face. I can no longer release in an area because it costs me money. Really and truthfully, is the $10 going to hurt me? That's not where it starts. It's how easy they make you pay. Because once you enter into their system to pay, you'll feel like just pain and then become a member of zoos. It's only $20, but there's 900 million of you. The government sued them. But how can you sue a face? This is my face. I see it on the TV. If you're watching me, you see me. And you got our faces mixed up. Because it's not your reflection, it's mine. But maybe I can get you to reflect off the second part of my face, which is behind my eyes, that you can't see, like looking inside of a computer. Gray's Anatomy, cooling off the mind, as the seas are passing on by. You know what's funny? I will jump all the way around, but I did want to jump into one thing. KO, or knockout, the 2 dots they put on it, those 2 dots in certain games that I play, and I like to go by that right now, are worth 6 each. Why? Because an egg is made up by 2 items. You need an egg. You got to get 15. First you have the God of heaven, and you have the angel and the electronic heaven. When man, 6'9", makes his own space in the egg, a period is dark, but others it's red. KO is the 11th letter and the 15th letter. 11 and 15 is 26. That's the whole alphabet. But it starts 26 because the K is the 11th letter. 1 and 1 is 2. Now you're in the second level. Just to mark something down. I always remember something. 26. I mark it down twice. I take a look at the 26, and the 26 says BF. Now, if you're going to say BF, now what we have to do to find out what the real values are here is we know B is 2. We actually know F is 6, right? Which is where I got it from. B, no C, D, no EF. So now we know BDF is where they have to go together. The D is in charge because the D comes between the B and the F. So when the D goes to B, it's in the center world and it's in the 2 world, or actually the 1 spirit world because it's on the left. But when it's on a black number, which comes out of roulette, where do I get all this from? I played roulette, I played blackjack, I played pool, I looked at chess, I looked at checkers. I know my alphabet and I can count up to 10. I really don't have to go further than 6. Because if you double 6, it's 12, and you're past 10. And it's 10 past 12. Next day, we're going into the next day. Do you know why? Because Roman numerals, or just a V, okay? Just a V is a pyramid. Roman numerals, if you want to get 8, you take a V and 3 sticks. One says it's for the gate. One says it's for the man. And one says it's for the heaven. Roman numerals are either showing you the right side or the other side. Because that's the way the sticks go. So I follow what the Romans do. If you chain up a dog, I'm going to look why. How? Maybe there's an angle you took. So I try to keep it, close down. Baseball, hockey, football, soccer, time limits and penalties and judges and scoring, and don't forget, both sides keep score. Don't forget, at the end of the game, when the complete egg goes up, it's one egg, one GBL. The gates of beta life. Let me out. Let me in. Does it really matter? Once you know the truth, in or out, there is no death. It doesn't matter. Death is something, if I was bad in my life, I'll get hit by a car if I don't pay attention. But it's quick. Like a dog. Let him go. He's chasing that chipmunk, and that's okay. The dog jumped over the car, and the chipmunk is now part of a tire. Part of an attire. How would you ever become part of an attire? Just walk in front of a car and you'll be part of that attire. So we already did KO. But the O is the 15th letter in the alphabet times the K, which is 11, is 165. 1 plus 6 plus 5 equals 12. KO, you're out. 6 by 5 is 30 creation. 30 plus 11 is 41. You got the Mediterranean. You're in the ballpark. Come on, play the game. K is a 2 times the 15 is a 30. 15 and 15, you got 2 eggs. Time for the game to begin. That's how tennis begins. First you get the 2 eggs. 4 by 6 and 4 by 6. 2 eggs. 15 and 15 is 30. Now you got to take the same steps as God did. But you're coming into the world as number 2. Because that's the world you're in. 9 months makes it 11. You jump over onto the other side next to go, and you don't have to begin from starting in jail. 165 is really talking to the moon. It's the 2 highest numbers and the lowest numbers, which is an opposition number, because the 1 and 6 are opposition to each other, the low and above, creating the 7 in between. We always have to know our opposition. Can we go to the right, minus and plus, 0.0, where the trains are. Now I was looking at something else. Because every time you go up a dice, you go up a letter. And the minute you get to the last part of the dice, the 6 dice, boy, you squared off all your dice. You only got 6, right? You got 6 dice. How does that work? At the end, the last dice, okay, from your 10 dice you'll end up with, will give you 150. 20 dice gives you 300 in the bowling game. And it's because of the 10 dice that you also have 10, 11, 12. When you play by 1 to 9, 10 to 18, and so on and so forth in the 3 by 3 box. Not sure where it was. Oh yes, from the letter E. E goes all the way to Z, but it's also an N. I'm just going to keep it E to the Z, to the end of all, because you know when you get to Z, 2 and 6 is 8. The reflection in the crap game of 6 and 8 are the same odds. E to Z, the reason you have O and Y, because you're connecting the waterway to continue on to the alphabet. 2 and 6 is 8 to heaven. 5 is the beginning E. E and Z. Easier. 3 to dice, it's going to be an easier. Easy on over 5 is not 1. What 5 is, okay, 5 is, I must have did 500 pages this week. What 5 is an association between this one here, and this one here. Normally, according to the way they are, the piano would be center C here. Because this one here, the dice is turned sideways, and so is this one. Otherwise, all the 9 would be in the same area. I had to turn the dice, like you're opening a combination. So 1, 2, it took 3 dice to create that 5. Creation into this world, the spirit into that world. That world and that world come together by the E connect. This is D. D is north-south. A, C, D, C. This is the E world. You have to see the way the dice is here, to where the dice is here and the dice is here. That's why it goes AC/DC, because we're connecting. Piano C. So you had that 5 there. So that's 3 worlds in that 5. 4 up to 5 and 5 to 6. 3 before 5, 4, 4, 4. 3 after 5, 6, 6, 6. 18, part of the first face. Why part of the first face? Because on a baseball, okay, there's this way, this side, and then under it, and then this way, and around it, and you created your baseball without having to, it's just sewing 2 pieces together, you know what I'm saying? And if you sew those 2 pieces together, if you take the baseball apart and really set it up, okay, put that right over the roulette. 17 and 20 make your center. 17 and 20 is 37, roulette starts on 36. Stops on 36. 17 is the Q, 20 is the T. If you got it on the QT, you're doing okay. 3 by 7 is 21, now you got 7, 7, 7. 3 and 7 is 10. Plus 21 is 31. You have alpha creation. You can't get any better. Why? Because alpha's on the top, and he goes to 9 when he stretches out. Creation, when it stretches out, goes to 7. Now they got the X, and they're the boss. So there's many ways to make each letter. Then there's the mother house over here. The house of 666. Because it's this house over here that will reconnect to an area over here, and then this house over here will connect to an area over here. But there's one more missing, because you can't play without 3, and you can't create a square without 4. But then you need to put 1 in the center, so you remove 2 of them. So you remove this one and this one over here that you don't see. You don't see it. 666, who's going to protect you? East and West were protected by God, okay, by the spirit sticks, which are like the Roman numeral things there. That's why they call them Roman candles, because they're hot. Don't fuck around with God. So I'm trying to like revision, you see, because I see like 100 of these things, you know? But basically it's like the 5 dice, and that's why on the Mayan Sanskrits they show all those 5s. Because they're in the middle of the 5s. Above you're getting your spirit, and there's a 6 that's above you, and there's you, and there's a 6 that's below you. But the 6 that's above you is this 6, okay? 2, 2, 2. It's not 3 and 3, 6, okay? What I'm saying is this locks in the top of the dice that's this way, because it's open, and then the other one goes underneath. 4 levels. Last level. See, I can't figure it out, and it all has to do with the ace, ACE, number 1, 3, and 5. So all these dice, I mean, there's so many things you can do with it. They look at you to hold it on this angle. Then you can turn it, look what you can see, what you can't see. Either it's on this angle or this angle. The Mercedes-Benz, a Magen David. basically. I mean, 120 degrees each. You double up the triangle, you got 60 degrees each. Now I bet you, if you go online now, look up 60 degrees. I know I'm all over the place, big deal. We're going to look up how much 60 degrees is Celsius. Because usually the Fahrenheit Celsius, it's 140. Okay? 60, C equals 140. Now 140 is the passage, 6 omega, 6 times 15 is 90 man's birth, 6 is F and that's his life, his face. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to try, I did 60, you know what else I want to try? 85. 60 and 85. Okay, 60 equals 140, 85 equals 185. Okay, now let me tell you about this. Where am I? I'm not here? Okay, let me tell you what I just did. When you go to Celsius and Fahrenheit, or certain other weights and measures, it's all numbers towards life. Each one tells you a little bit different, okay, but they're very precise. In fact, they're never wrong. Absolutely, they haven't been wrong yet. Maybe I can be wrong. I'll help you out if you want to really figure it out. Go to any site you want to make weights and measures, okay, do something there. Okay, let them do something for you or whatever. And when they give me the answer, I want to know if it's right or wrong. If it's wrong for you, then I'm having a problem. But when I looked up 60 Celsius and it tells me 140, I said that's fine. Because 140, okay, in 3 dice, 1, 4, and 15, 1, 4, and 6. The 0 is an omega. Its value is 15. 4 by 15 equals 60, and that's what 60 Celsius is. 4 times 15 is 60. This is Fahrenheit, it comes back to Celsius. This one over here, 85. This is the number of the matrix, the spirit, for many reasons. If you count, first of all, it's number 13. Everything I forgot, let me jump all over. I just want to tell you one thing. The overworld, 777. The underworld, because God throws nothing out. What you take off, you put on. The underworld, top world 777, in between 1010. Bottom world, 13, 13, 13. 9 and 4, 7 and 6, 8 and 5, 13. 3 by 3, 13. Can't go any more than that. 7th inning stretch. 21 outs, 1 team, 18 outs. The other team playing 7 and 6, 13 innings of halves. But this time, the home team took the field. They will be batting first in the bottom half of the 7th. It's almost like starting over the game when they batted second. They get a breather further on. Everybody gets a breather. If you want to know about the other thing, connecting these dice, this dice is connected here, this dice is connected here. But it comes from this world, and this world comes alone. But it comes alone because this world and this world are inside it over here. Mercury, Earth, Uranus, Pluto, all playing from the center of Jupiter. Feeding off and feeding to. AC, AC, C, D does Q, CD, 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 to throw the dice. It talks to you. The music talks. Is it any different? I mean, once a musician is able to connect with that music, it's talking, whether he knows it or not. Those letters are talking to him, man. They set this whole thing up so the computer can tell us everything it knows based on our capacity, where we are in our life. So now that I put up all the road signs, make sure for the signs in the road, and like I said, the dice is standing up on a point, the dice is standing up on a point like these over here. This one makes a wolf, and this one makes a different one. You know, if I pull out this pin here, this thing will fall down, this one will go to the top. And if I pull out that one here, it'll fall down, the other one will go to the top. Let's see where we are. This is basically the way it goes. A to Z says N, and Zen, the Zen, E-N, the E owns the N, because the N is the 14th letter, 1 and 4 is 5, the E is the 5th letter, it owns the N. But the N is a pipe. You go on and descend, and out the other end. When they put the matrix, I'm going to stop this here, I have a lot more information, I'm going to stop. But when they put the matrix on, and they showed him going down through all these tubes, who showed them what to do in the movie? We go down through all these tubes, but we don't suffocate because we're only part of the electronic brain, and the more water, the merrier. The more current, the curry we eat. Curry, au courant, in French, to be currently. O means water, waterway, gateway. I was going to do a whole thing on golf, but I'm engulfed in everything I do. It just keeps jumping on and on and on and on. It's fantastic. And I just, you know what I do sometimes, like I'm doing it right now, is I have to empty my head now. Whatever I had in there, whatever I go to do next, got to start over. Don't have to play with this, don't want to play with it too much. What am I playing with? Finding and finding and finding. I don't want the game to pull me. At the beginning it was really pulling me. But now, Raphael, 7286. Thank you.